Welcome everyone. I'm not sure if Theodore's part of the DOKEN team. Let's see. Hi Theodore, how's it going? Are you part of the DOKEN team?
I don't see many hand raised.
Are you there, Theodore?
Yeah, I'm just chatting with them. I'm just pinging them now.
Okay, we'll just wait a couple of minutes while we get the DOKEN team in. Oh, here he is, Crypto RN, I think. Hi, Crypto RN. How's it going? Are you there, Crypto RN?
I see another hand up from Keen. Is he part of the team, perhaps? Let me see.
Yeah, he is, yeah. I don't know about Keen, but Crypto RN is. I'll mute Keen for now. Hi, Crypto RN. How's it going? Maybe he's just setting up his microphone. Ken might be part of the team. He's raised his hand again. Hi, Ken. How's it going? You part of the DOKEN team?
Heck will be with us very soon.
All right, I had to restart Telegram there. Good to go now.
Okay, is Ken part of the team, Crypto RN, or are you just joining us today?
Repeat that one more time.
Are we just speaking to you today, Crypto RN?
It'll be me, and it should be our developer, JustDX. He should be in here momentarily.
Okay, sorry, you were cutting out there. Yeah, if you get the developer to raise his hand, I can unmute him as well.
Hi, everyone. There he is.
Is it Kian? Oh, Solidity, yeah, DX, is it? Sorry, yeah, got that. Great. Okay, if you're ready, Crypto RN, Kian, I can start the recording, introduce you, and we can go into the DOKEN project.
Sure.
Welcome to the World Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host. Today we have joining us DOKEN. DOKEN is a token that has a vision to create an integrated smart blockchain ecosystem. We'll be talking about the DOKEN Superchain, the DOKEN smart integrated swap. We've got staking launchpad, Dividend Hub, and CandySwap decks to talk about today as well. But first, can you introduce yourself with your background and experience, Crypto RN and Kian?
Sure. So my name is Hector. I go by Crypto RN on Telegram. I've started investing in crypto ever since 2011 when Bitcoin was about $1 a coin. Shied away from it, didn't come back until Doge in 2017, and then stayed away again and started again until right before the bull run in 2020. And during that time in the real world, I have about 20 years worth of customer service and sales experience. But currently, I am a registered nurse here in the U.S., in Texas. That's my main profession. But it's currently on hold while I work with DOKEN. Besides that, then we have Kian. He's also part of our team. I'll let him introduce himself.
Kian, yeah, we go. Just unmuted him. Hi, Kian.
Hi, Glenn. Thanks for the introduction, Heck. So yeah, I'm part of the DOKEN core team as well. I am the community manager. I've not had as an extensive an experience in crypto as as heck, but I think I've been in crypto for a year and a half now. But you can learn things very fast in the world of crypto. And I too have a daytime job, and Doken is kind of like my side project. But I spend a lot of my time there as well. So great team, great utilities, and I'm hoping that the listeners can learn more about our project today. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for the introduction, Crypto and Ken. You've been around a long time, and you've launched a V2 on the 26th of September, and I'm wondering why you changed over to V2. Could maybe start that.
Sure. Well, before that, DX, did you want to introduce yourself before I start talking about the project?
Oh, okay. So, hello everyone. I'm DX. I'm the core member of Token, and I'm the developer of the token itself. First of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity for having Emma with Coin Talks. And I've been my background is like I'm more than 8 years have an experience with the development of the programs, because I'm a full stack developer in the real world, and I also run my own small startup company, which is a digital agency in Indonesia. I'm from Indonesia, by the way, from Jakarta to be precise. I have experience in crypto. I know crypto is like on the 2016, but diving deeply on crypto is more on like 2020. That's where I meet Hector, Kim, and also my other team member is Lalit. And since then, we are being together till today for developing Token and all of its ecosystem. So yeah, that's for me. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Good.
Maybe we could start with the question I just asked about the V2
Certainly.
launched on September.
Yeah. So we first launched Token back in November 7th of last year. So we're coming up on the year of being live. We decided to do a relaunch about a week ago. We had to implement a couple of new features in the contract, and we also reduced the tax. The main features that we implemented needed to be done because of the blockchain that we have live right now. So to prevent, to be prepared for an attack on our bridge, we need to implement blacklist and pause function. So in the event someone does try to hack our bridge, we can pause trading for a moment and blacklist that wallet. That was one of the main features that we needed to add, which is the reason why we wanted to create a version 2. On top of that, we wanted a fresh chart as well, that would will give us a new start for the new blockchain. So those are the main reasons why we decided to relaunch. And lastly, of course, was to gain a little bit more funds, because we want to aim for a tier 2 CX here pretty soon.
Hello, we still live?
I can hear you.
Where's Glenn?
Having technical difficulties. You give him a second there.
Yeah, for some reason I can't connect on my desktop, so I have to come back on my phone. That's great. Well, I didn't hear everything we talked about there, but yeah, if we can maybe go into the DOKEN superchain, you're building your own blockchain right now, and the testnet's already live. How's it been going with the testnet? What blockchain technology is it being built with PowerPoS?
It's a layer 1 blockchain, EVM compatible, and actually everything is already live. Our chain is already live, our mainnet, our entire DeFi structure as well. So we can start hosting projects already. We have our own staking pools. We have our own DEX on the mainnet live already.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, can we go into some of the other utilities you've got? You've got the Dojo, staking, you've got the Launchpad, Dividend Hub, and CandySwap. So maybe if you could pick some of that to go through for community investors.
Yeah, certainly. So there's other blockchains out there that launch, and one thing that definitely sets us apart is that we've built our entire DeFi structure ourselves. Everything's under one umbrella. We don't have to outsource any of them. So I know some chains out there have to wait for certain things to be made. Either they have to reach out and outsource the DEX or outsource the Launchpad. That's something that we have made ourselves, and you can see them all live already, both on Binance Chain and also on our own chain, which is DOKEN Chain. One of the most popular utilities that we've had it since January, and this is our staking platform. We call it the Dojo. What's great about the platform is that not only can we provide staking pools for our own projects, but we can host other projects that want to have their own staking pools for their own projects. And the best part about this is that anytime that someone needs to open up a staking pool, the amount that's required to pay is actually funneled back into the DOKEN project. The majority of that goes to the chart as far as a buy. People have to buy a certain amount of DOKEN to be able to register a pool, so that helps with the buy pressure, and as well is used for marketing. So that's one of the most popular ones that we've had since January, and we have 3 staking pools currently live at the moment for our project, and we have about 2 or 3 more for hosting for third-party projects that they have for their own projects, and those are live already on Binance.
Okay, great, crypto. And so how does the staking work? Is it locked unlocked staking for investors, or is there a period of locking?
So this is all to the discretion of the developer that wants to open the pool. They have the option of having a zero lock, where people can stake and unstake at any time, or they can have anywhere between a day up to a year or 2. Just really depends what they want. They can have a lock period for a certain amount of time, and the pools can last as long as they want to as well. They can set it up for a week, they can set it up for a year. It just depends what kind of APR they want to provide for their investors. So we give them a lot of flexibility.
So Aaron, so maybe we can go into the Launchpad. You've got the Doken Pad and the Doken Locker. How does it work for investors and projects?
So for the Doken Launchpad, we also have complimentary the Doken Locker, which you can lock your tokens and also lock liquidity as well. And all these services are available. Well, the lockers are available for free. The Doken Pad, you can host your own pre-sale on Binance Chain, on our own chain as well, Doken Chain. We also have compatibility for Crow Chain and another one called Bicker Chain. But essentially, we can also make these utilities live on any chain that we like. Ethereum, we can go to Phantom, AVAX. It only takes a day or 2 for a developer to make it compatible for those chains if we ever need to cross over. As far as how it benefits the investors, our investors, well, kind of the same thing. Anytime someone wants to host a pre-sale on our on Binance or on Doken Chain, there's a fee that's required to open up the pad. And the difference between us and, let's say, PinkCell is that the fees that are collected are used to buy back, sometimes burn the token, or also goes back to our marketing to further market the project. So that's how it would, definitely helps our investors. It adds buy pressure as well with every pre-sale that we host.
Okay, great. And how does it work for projects? So do you have a team that goes out scouting for projects? What sort of security have you built around the Launchpad for KYC and projects launching there? And how do the fees work? What do you charge? Do you take some of their tokens, or do you charge BNB USD?
So to start, as far as reaching out for developers, we have a few team members that do scout projects, go into lounges, and promote the pad. As far as fees, we don't take any tokens. That's something that was done to us, unfortunately, when we first launched V1, and the timing of the sale of those tokens was very poor. So that's one thing we wanted to change in the space when we created our launchpad, was to avoid avoid projects from losing supply at launch and having it sold later down the line. So we don't take any tokens, and the fees are collected in BNB on Binance. And it just depends on the chain that you want to open up the pad. Depending on which chain you're in, will determine what currency you need to pay for the pre-sale.
And if I'm an investor with the DOKEN token, do I get whitelist spots? Do I have to hold so many tokens? How does it work for projects launching on the launchpad?
So we wanted that to be as fair as possible. So if someone wants to get on the whitelist, we actually ask the projects that are going to be launching to reserve some for us, for our investors, and then we raffle them off for them. You don't have to have a certain amount of token to be able to participate on pre-sales, or be lucky enough to get one of those whitelists, if we do happen to host a project.
Okay, great, Crypto. And you've got the smart integrated swap insight to help investors to make an analysis on projects. Is that launched yet? Or are you building that at the moment? And what's going to be available there for investors?
Sorry, developing what? If we're doing what?
Integrated swap. Yeah. So it's
the swap. Yeah, the swap is done as well. If you go to our website, the swap is there, and it's it currently is available on on all the chains that we're currently live in, as far as these utilities. So you can see the live integrated chart. You can see the transactions on the bottom, and you can see the swap on the right side. Also, in the future, our developer is going to integrate limit ordering as well, so that'll be available on the swap. On our chain at the moment, you can see the chart, you can see the swap, and he's currently working on integrating the buys and sell chart on the bottom of the graph. That's coming soon for our chain.
Okay, great. And can we go into the Dividend Hub, how that works for investors?
Sure. So the Dividend Hub was actually our first utility that went live back in the end of November last year. And the reason that we went for this for our first one is back then, the trend was baby tokens, tokens that rewarded other projects, either rewarded in BNB or BUSD, or rewarded in other projects that launched that had a high market cap. And one of the things that we noticed, there was a lot of FUD in telegrams with questions that would say, "I haven't received my rewards. It's already been this long. I haven't received anything. I don't see it in my wallet," etc. Right? So when investors see this, they think, "Oh, you know what? The contract isn't working correctly," or or they're lying to us. There's no rewards. So to combat this, our developer created the Dividend Hub. For V1, we used to reward BUSD. So when our it's kind of like a fancy rewards dashboard. So our holders can go in there and they can check to see how much BUSD they've accumulated, how much was pending to be given out, and how much overall the project had dispersed to all of our investors. The best part about this is that any project that was compatible to our Dividend Hub can come to our website and register for a free rewards dashboard. So their investors can come to our website and check their rewards. And it was brilliant because back then, when we first started, their investors were able to come to our website, but also brought awareness to our own project so they could see what kind of utilities we're offering.
Okay, great, Crypto. And you've got the CandySwap DEX. How does that work for projects and investors? How long has it been out, and how does it tie in with the DOKEN token?
So our CandySwap, which is our official DEX, our developer made it as well. And currently, we had a pre-sale when we first launched, and it's holding a little bit over, I think, 4x right now, based on the last time I saw the chart. And just think of BNB is DOKEN, and Pancake or Cake is CandySwap. So it's our main DEX, and the token will be used for staking and for making farming pairs in the future.
Okay, great. And do you get any advantage from CandySwap, the launch pad, from holding the DOKEN token? What happens with the sort of profits from all these revenue streams? Do you do like buyback and burns on the token, or?
So for our launchpad, we do have the contract will automatically use some of the BNB that's collected to buy back and burn the token. That's the burn mechanism we have at the moment. We did have manual buyback and burn in V1, but we are targeting higher APR for our staking pools and for multiple CEXs. So we can't burn as much as we did on the V1. So this is the reason why we don't have that same manual buyback and burn mechanism that we had in V1. The only burn will come from the pre-sales that we host at the moment.
I see, Crypto.
And for one more thing, for the DEX for CandySwap, you can also add liquidity to the DEX, making the pair Doken and Candy, and a portion of the swap fees will be distributed to the people that contribute to the LP.
Okay, great, Crypto. And can we go into the tokenomics breakdown and the buy and sell tax? And I know you've got anti-whale features built into this contract, so there's a maximum wallet and there's cooldown periods for buys and sells.
Yeah, DX, did you want to go over that? The tokenomics?
Okay, bro. So first thing is that we implement 9% total tax, which is like 6% goes to marketing and development, and then 1% is go to like the auto LP and 2% to the buyback. And for the cooldown is like there's a new feature that is the new feature that we implement on the new contract, because on the V1 we are suffering a lot of the dump from the investors, so that we want to protect our V2 holders better than V1. So we decided to implement new features, which is the transaction cooldown, that we believe it can give a same chance and same opportunity for holders to sell and to buy their tokens. So there's no chance for like people doing massive buys in order to get rid for the maximum transaction or the maximum wallet. So that way we kind of have like multiple layers of protection for the holders to whether buy and sells. You know what I mean, Hector?
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Great. And
so, yeah,
have you had an audit on the new smart contract?
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you clearly. Can you repeat?
Yeah, sorry, I was asking, have you had a audit on the new smart contract? Audit or?
Oh, audited, you said?
Yeah, smart contract audit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did an audit with PinkCell when we hosted our pre-sale. We did KYC and audit with them.
And what's the marketing plans going forward to promote the launchpad, the DOKEN token, and the CandySwap DEX?
So for now, we're going on an AMA tour. I think this is the third one with you. We'll have several more going forward. But as far as marketing the chain is, what we want to do is we want to maximize the funds that we have, and the way we want to do this is if we target to get a lot of investors on a chain, and as far as individual investors, it's going to cost a lot of money, marketing to gain investors. But if we focus on marketing to get developers, especially some good ones, if we target one good developer, that person can probably get hundreds of investors to follow him, if he has a good following. So myself and a few of our team members are part of several lounges where a lot of the developers tend to hang out. So we'll target those lounges. We'll target some Twitter influencers as well that we can focus on getting some developers to launch on our chain. So that would be our area of focus for marketing. As far as developing the chain itself and getting more eyes on it. But as far as what investors like to see is in regards to marketing, we will first focus on getting on some tier 2 exchanges, to get the awareness of our project out there.
Great. Let's open it up to community investor questions. Syed, you had a question for the DOKEN team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so you also have your own KYC verification service. So I was thinking, is it necessary for the project's team to be KYC'd on your platform for using a Launchpad? And I also want to know that if any project team has token KYC verification badge, they rug pull or scam their investors in any way. Will you be providing their KYC information to any investigation authority so that the legal action can be taken against them? How will that work out?
Sure, that's a great question. So firstly, if someone wants to host a pre-sale on our Launchpad, KYC is not required. We have two ways to launch a pre-sale. If you want to have a pre-sale that has a maximum hard cap of 25 BNB, you do not have to do a KYC. But if you want to host a pre-sale that has unlimited amount of raised BNB, at that point we do require a KYC. The KYC is done with a project called BlockPass, which is also used by Chainlink, and any information that's stored, that is uploaded to them is stored onto their servers, is not onto ours. As far as protecting the investors, we want to focus our chain on getting developers that share the same kind of ethics and visions that we as well have, meaning that we want to provide safe projects. So we will have a vetting process where we will ask the developer to do certain things like maybe video docs, KYC, some form of agreements to sign, and these will be put into place so we can also present these projects to our community as being, quote unquote, safer than any other project that might launch on its own via fair launch or stealth, whatever the case may be. And in the event these projects don't meet, don't stick up to their end of the bargain, for any reason they scam or anything, then that information will definitely be provided, so they can be prosecuted.
Wonderful. Thank you for explaining that. Thank you so much. Over to you, Glenn.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you for the question, Syed. Let's move to Aisha. You had a question for the DOKEN team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So it's mentioned on your white paper that once your validator registrations are open, one can propose as a validator for DOKEN Superchain. I want to know what will be the requirements for users to become a validator for DOKEN Superchain, and will all the validators be KYC to you?
You want to answer that, DX?
Sorry, I don't follow the question. Can it be repeated again?
She wanted to know how to become a validator, and the validators need to KYC to us.
Oh, okay. So in order to become a validator, right now we still not open it for public, but soon as we will open it for public, then they have to doing a KYC with us and also a video doxing with us, so we know who is behind the validator, because we are using a proof of authority, right? So not all we don't choose a random instance for doing for becoming our validator into our blockchain. So yeah, that we have a certain condition that will apply for the validator to being able to become the validator. So yeah.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you for answering.
Thank you for the question, Aisha. Let's move to Western Beast. You had a question for the DOKEN team. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So I'm on your white paper now. You guys have successfully started your test net, and the next thing, the test net for your blockchain. I'd like to know the progress you have on this. And the next thing that caught my attention is the fact that you already have some utilities already up and running, like the Launchpad, the Dividend Hub. Were these all simultaneously developed together, or are they also still in the beta phase of testing?
I have some great news for you. Everything is live already. We have our mainnet live, we have our Launchpad live, we have our DEX live, we have our staking platform live. You name it, we have the entire DeFi structure. And that's something that differentiates us from other blockchains. Other blockchains have to outsource some of these utilities because either they can't do it themselves or it's very time consuming. Our developer has already made all these things, so we are live. You can see in the chart, a lot of pre-sales from PinkCell don't make it. They host a pre-sale, and a few days later, I mean, you can see that chart just tank. And if you compare that to ours, we hosted on pre-sale also, and it was a small pre-sale of 200 BNB hard cap. Look at that initial sell-off. If you follow the chart and just look at where it is now, we're holding about a 2x from pre-sale, and we haven't even hosted our first third-party project yet. So you can imagine, what kind of volume that's going to bring as soon as investors start realizing, what we have to offer, which is pretty much everything.
All right, thank you very much. I do have a few more questions about the utilities in themselves, but I'm going to ask them in the rest of the Telegram group. Over to
Sure.
you, Glenn.
Thank you for the question, Venice. West of D, should I say? We've got Venice up next. You have a question for the Token team? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Okay, I have a question for Token. As I read on the white paper, if a project launches on your launchpad, then the contract will take 2% from the raised BNB as the finalization fee. But what if project owner want to cancel their pre-sale due to the low amount raised in the pre-sale? Will the contract still deduct finalization fee from the raised BNB, or if they cancel, then it would not be deducted?
That's exactly right. I mean, we definitely wouldn't want to take BNB from investors that that a pre-sale is not going to go live after all. So if it happens to not fill, any BNB that's raised gets reimbursed to the investors. We don't keep any of it.
Okay, I understood. Thank you so much for answering my question.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you for the question, Western Beast. So yeah, we've had a lot of people joining the call in the last 10 minutes, so maybe we can do a recap over the Token project. It is a big project with a lot of utilities, like Crypto RN said, so that's really exciting for our investors. Yeah, so if we can do...
You cut off there, Glenn. I can't hear you anymore.
Just asking, yeah, if we can do a recap for anyone that's joined the call late for the AMA.
Sure.
Project.
Sure. So what I wanted to say during this recap is one question that we always get asked a lot, and it's a very important question: is why would someone choose to launch on Doken or invest in Doken blockchain over others? Other new blockchains that are coming out. And that's a very good question, and I like to answer. Take a couple minutes just to answer that really quick. So first of all, the difference is not very big. A lot of blockchains offer, or not offer, but they all mention that they can give you hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, or gas free, or they're very fast, very scalable. Almost all of them have these same features. But the difference between a good project and a bad project is it's about presentation and customer service. That's what's going to differentiate blockchains from one another. For instance, us, we've always put community first. We've amended our roadmap multiple times, like 5 or 6 times. We've added new things that our investors wanted. We actually listen to our investors. We hear them out and see what is something that they want to implement into our project. I always hear from my investors. They DM me on the side, and they let me know that they feel as if they're part of a family instead of just an investor or a number. They can speak their mind on our Telegram. They can talk about another project. They can talk about anything that comes to mind, really. And we don't mute them. We don't ban them like you would think another project would. After a project is so big, or even if it's not big, if you try to talk about some other project, they're going to automatically ban you. And that's definitely not the kind of culture that we want to have on our project. We want to have everybody have the freedom to speak without without having to walk on eggshells and think, oh, if I say this, I'm going to get banned. We definitely, it's not something that we want to promote, that kind of culture. We have everything live, like I mentioned. We have a staking platform, we have the launchpad, our DEX, everything is completely live, and everything is owned by us. So you can, you have that sense of security that if you use the DEX or if you use a staking platform, it's made by the chain owners. So that's something that differentiates us from other projects as well. We want to, like I mentioned earlier, we want to attract projects that have the same mindset as us. Because building a blockchain with projects that share the same ethics and vision, like I said earlier, is what DeFi needs. You want to invest with confidence, and if we have that vetting process, like I mentioned earlier, it'll give that extra layer of confidence to our investors to invest their hard-earned or bought tokens, onto those projects. So that's, in a nutshell, that is our vision, a vision of a blockchain that provides security and provides safe investments, provides hopefully good investors like the ones we already have. As you can see, our chart's holding up very strongly. So if we also recruit the same kind of investors, you will see a lot of moonshots on our chain. And we're just waiting for the first few to launch, just like our CandySwap token. It's holding like 4x from launch, and it's holding steady. And I'm more than sure once people catch wind of how well these products are doing on our chain, it's just going to get more people to develop and invest in our chain.
Thank you very much, Kutsara. And there's lots for our community investors to look into. As we say, Whalecoin talks for research and educational purposes. It's not financial advice, but you can check out the website, white paper, and the official socials in our main chat. So there's a lot of utility attached to Doge. And so I'd advise you to go over, check out the white paper. If you like what you see, you want to invest or ask more questions, we've got the socials in there in our main chat as well. So head over there if you've got any questions after the AMA. And thank you very much for coming today, guys. It's been great speaking to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
I'll finish the record and send over a copy for you to share with your community. I'll send that into our main chat for anyone who couldn't join the call today. And take care, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.